everybody, it's Bucky again with Top Dollar Home Offer. We buy houses, Tulsa, and we also help those homeowners that say, I need to sell my house fast or I need to sell my home fast. So if you're facing those type of situations and you need to sell your home fast, give us a call, 918-212-5442, or you can reach us at topdollarhomeoffer.com. Well, we are in the continuation phase of our Breaking Debt series. We put this series together because oftentimes when we buy houses or when a homeowner needs to say, I need to sell my house fast for cash, I've got all this debt, I'm stuck, right? Well, it's due to mainly financial debt and financial worry and financial issues. So we put this Breaking Debt series together to really just help you guys come forth and come out of that shell and hopefully get you on the right track and giving you the tools and the mindset and the path to go to prosperity and get out of the debt cycle. So today we're going to talk about breaking debt. Okay. And we are in part 2, which is our technical step. And don't get scared, it's not that technical. We're going to break this thing down. There is a little bit of data number crunching and things like that, but we want to make this super simple for you, okay? So the first thing that we want to do is talk about the parts of the technical things, right? There's really a few parts. One is you have to know where you're at. We talked about that with the spiritual side of things. In order to get where you want to go is you have to know exactly where you're at, right? We talked about where you spend your money today currently affects where your heart is, in other words, right? So you need to export 3 months, and if you really want to know this true picture, do 12 months because that covers all 4 seasons, right, of life. Or of the year, or the holidays. So it gives you a full year picture. So this would give you the best picture. If you could do 3 months, that'll at least get you started. Some people really geek out in this stuff and love to see where things are at. And some people dread it. So if you dread it, just do 3 months. If you really want to know where you're at and you really want to see how your year is going to shape up or has shaped up in the past, do the 12 months. Next, we're going to create a budget. Budget. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. Budget. Yeah. It's going to be simple. We're going to keep this thing so simple, your kids can do it for you, right? Then we are going to create a system for these items, okay? So what does that mean? That means we are going to say every month you have a water bill, pay it automatically. Every month you have an electric bill, pay it automatically. And there's some strategies there that we can work with, your bills so you can level those out so you always know how much you're going to pay every month. Okay, if you're not already doing that, we can talk about that too. The next thing is we want to set up a system and budget that. Then we also want to look at your debt. So we're going to need to break down the old debt word. How much debt? How much is that mountain? How big is that mountain, right? Then we're going to plan for future expenses, right? Life happens, right? There should be a savings. So future expense savings. A little bit now adds up for a long ways in the future, and that way you're prepared when those things happen. The next thing we're going to look at is okay, cut. All right, so the next thing that we're going to look at is we're going to look into the percentage of each category, right? That's going to come up here and look at your budget, right? So let's say, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but we want to make sure your percentages are in relation to where you want them to be, right? Maybe you're eating 50% of your income, right? Is food. Maybe we should realign some priorities there. So that'll at least tell you where you're spending the most amount of money, and so on. So here are the four, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items of the technical side of things. So we want to break all these down and be able to show you what these are in great detail and how to perform each one of these steps. We're also going to give you a free download for this. Okay, so you can do your own sheet. We're going to provide you a debt reduction plan. We're going to show you strategies and where you can open up automated savings, and also where to create these systems here. So each step will have pertinent information in order to put you in the right path to prosperity, right? That's where we want to go. And how do we get there? Remember, we have to talk and listen to God. Okay? Until we can get our priorities right in our mind and our soul, how are we going to know what our spirit is telling us if we're not having a relationship there? And then we're going to watch our peer groups. You know? Do you want to make as much money as them, or do you want to spend like they spend? Right? Those are the two questions. Where are they spending their money? And how much money are they making, if that matters to you? And it's not always about money. It's about freedom, right? It's about spending the time where your heart should be. Many people want to take control of their debt so they can spend more time volunteering or serving, right? So it opens up a lot of different avenues when you handle your own physical responsibility, right? It sets you up for a legacy for your children. And maybe you're not going to leave them millions of dollars, but you'll give them these principles here so they don't start life with a big amount of debt, or they don't get out of college with a ton of debt, or they don't walk out and try to get married and they get a divorce because both couples, the couples fought over money, right? It's so sad. So most of the stress in relationships come from debt and money, the lack of money, or the misuse of spending money. Nobody wants to admit they're a bad money handler, right? We all want to look cool and maybe drive a new sports car or whatever. Oh, that guy's got money, but he may not even have money to put in the gas tank at the end of the week, right? So that's why if you do these steps here, these 6 steps, will take you to this path of prosperity. So remember, we buy houses, Tulsa. We help people when they say, hey, I need to sell my home fast, or I want to sell my house fast. They give us a call, and then we also help them afterwards or during the process, or even before they call us needing to sell a house. We can help you break the debt, right? We want to help as many people as we can. So just because we buy houses and help people with living, arrangements, and I need to rent a house, or I want to rent to own a house, or I want to tired of being a landlord, all those different things happen. But in reality, everybody has to have a place to sleep, or they should, right? Or they want to. So if we can empower you with control of your money and your finances, then you have more options, right? You're not stuck in these situations. We want to help unstuck people that are in facing crisis situations, but we also don't want to just buy their house and give them money and then they're lost, right? So they have the opportunity to, rebuild themselves, and it's a chance. So keep that in mind. We're more than just a home buyer or a company that buys homes. We buy houses, but we also help owners that need to sell their home fast, and we help homeowners get out of debt.